What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of They Don't Know I Be Cooking. And today, I'm going to show you how to make some delicious egg bites. Now, these recipes are really straightforward. If you could just do me a favor and hit that like button and hit the subscribe button, because I drop videos like this throughout the week, alright? And now, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so I got my non-stick muffin pan. Now you can use your typical metal muffin pans, but I am using a silicone one because you can easily push out the muffins, or in this case, the egg bites. Now I'm going to be making 3 different recipes, so it's going to be 4 cups for each of the recipes, alright? So let's not waste any more time and start with our first recipe. So this one's egg and cheese, and I got 3 eggs here, which is enough to fill those 4 cups. So I'm going to crack open these eggs. And then we'll add 1/3 of a cup of cottage cheese, 1/4 of a cup of sharp cheddar cheese, and I'm also going to add a roasted red pepper. So I'm going to dice this up, and then we're going to add about 1/3 of a cup of this roasted red pepper. And now for the seasoning, you can season to taste, but I'm going to add about 1/4 of a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, 1/8 of a teaspoon of black pepper, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of sea salt. And now we're going to mix it all together. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my muffin pan and hit it with some cooking spray. And now I'm going to pour the egg and cheese into 4 of the cups. Alright, and now it's time for our second recipe, and this one is going to be spinach and feta. So just like before, I got these 3 eggs here, and this is enough to fill 4 of those cups. And now we're going to add 2 tablespoons of crumbled feta cheese and 1/4 of a cup of baby spinach. So I'm just going to chop these up and cut off the stems. And then add these to the bowl as well. Now feta cheese is a bit salty already, so I'm only going to add about 1/8 of a teaspoon of sea salt and 1/8 of a teaspoon of black pepper. And now we're going to mix it all together. Now what I love about these egg bites, besides being delicious, is that they're super easy to make, as you can see, and they're the perfect meal prep for when you're on the go. Now in an airtight container, these will last for up to 5 days in the fridge and up to 3 months in the freezer. Alright, so now it's time for our third and final recipe, which happens to be my personal favorite. This one is sausage and sauteed onions. And now we'll add these 3 eggs to our bowl here. And now we're going to add 1/8 of a cup of a roma tomato. So I'm going to dice this up and then add this to the bowl as well. And then I'm going to chop about 1/4 of a cup of a white onion. And now I'm going to head over to my stove where I got my frying pan heating at medium heat. And then we're going to add about 1 teaspoon of unsalted butter. And once the butter has melted, we'll add in our onions. Now these will saute for about 1.5 to 2 minutes. And once they're slightly brown, then we'll add these to the bowl as well. And now we'll head back to the stove and add some more unsalted butter. And now we're going to add in 1 breakfast sausage. Now you can use pork, chicken, or even turkey. And we'll cook this for about 4 minutes or until your preferred level of doneness. And then once it's done, we're going to chop it into smaller bits. And then we'll add this to the bowl as well. And now we're gonna add 1/8 of a teaspoon of sea salt and 1/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper. And now we're gonna mix it all together. All right, so now we're gonna add this to our muffin pan as well. Now these all turn out delicious, but let me know in the comments which one you think is the best recipe. So now it's time to cook these bad boys. So I got my oven heating at 350 degrees. And to keep these egg bites from drying out, you want to add a bit of water to a baking dish and place it on the bottom rack of the oven. And then on the upper rack, you're gonna place in your egg bites. That'll keep them nice and moist. And these will cook for about 20 minutes at 350, but through the magic of editing, I'm gonna snap my fingers, and these are done. Now as you can see, these will puff up, but once you remove them from the oven, they'll settle back down, all right? And now I'm just gonna show you how easy it is to remove them. As you can see, there's no sticking. They will slide right out. And that's it. We have our delicious egg bites, made 3 ways. That's 3 recipes, and they're each absolutely delicious. Now, as always, if you enjoy these recipes, please let me know in the comments, and please like, subscribe, and share. And enjoy.